Hello world, I'm Colleen and welcome to my glamorous life. I'm that 50-year-old mom with 3 teenagers here to give you some helpful tips, tricks, and honest reviews, or so I say. It's been a hot minute. I have been super busy and fighting my autoimmune stuff. So I haven't been on since March. Oh my God, March. So today I thought I would bring you back to where it all started, the bedroom with the messy husband's dresser, and just kind of do a get ready with me. So let's get to it. Okay, so first off, I just want to let you know I'm filming this on my new Samsung S21 Ultra, so if it kind of looks funky, like I'm a little crooked or anything, or I'm looking in the wrong spot, I'm still getting used to it. I'm going to adjust you up just a little bit so you can actually see me. There we go. So, yeah, I have been kind of out of it since March. My husband got a case of walking pneumonia, not COVID, and I caught something too, and I've still been trying to shake it off completely. Still not COVID though. April, I got my second COVID shot. I got my first one like the end of March, and then the second one the beginning of April, mid-April. And I got to tell you, it knocked me on my ass. I have arthritis and some kind of mystery autoimmune condition that they're not sure if it's related to my weight loss surgery or what. So it really knocked me on my butt. I still have a little bit of a cough from a sinus infection that I developed after the second shot. Still not COVID though. That's the good thing. I'm going to start by priming my face with the LMS Superfood Glow Priming Moisturizer. Now, I've already put moisturizer on my skin today. My skin has been super finicky. You can see I've got the remnants of an acne cyst that I'm working on trying to kill with some zit stickers. I like the ones with the micro darts and salicylic acid because they seem to really get into them better. The colloidal ones are great if they've exploded on me and I need them to heal in a hurry. But the ones with the micro darts seem to get into the cysts because I get like full-blown cystic. Oh, there it is. I couldn't find the lid to the primer. Full-blown cystic acne when I get going. So, okay, so I've primed my face. We're going to let that sit for a minute. In the meantime, I'm going to take my Beauty Chop. Somebody just got up in the background. Beauty Chop Stuck on You eye primer. This is one of my favorite that I've had forever, and it's like really dug into. And I'm just going to take a little brush and I'm going to prime my eyelids. Anyhow, where was I? Oh yeah. Sinus infections, no COVID. We've been really lucky in this house. My husband's had to be tested like 6 or 7 times now. And my daughter's had to be tested a few times. I had to be tested a couple of times, once because I was exposed, came up negative. And once because I was having an injection in my back, and Stanford wanted to make sure that I didn't have COVID before I came in and gave it to everybody else. Now, most recently, my son was back in kind of sort of in-person learning. They're still doing online, but he had a little learning pod. And for those that don't know, my son is autistic, so he's in a special education program, and he goes to regular classes, but he has like extra help. And he was there for about a week. Mind you, there's 2 months left of school, or a month, not even a full month left of school. So he was there for like a week, and one of the kids in his little learning pod caught COVID. So we only have 2 more weeks in the school year. Classrooms closed down for the whole time. And my son finally had to be tested for COVID. He came up negative. My other daughter's been lucky. She hasn't had to be tested at all yet because everybody else in the house was negative, and she just got her second vaccine yesterday, or day before yesterday. My son will get his first this next Saturday, which is awesome. Okay, so In my Glam Bag X this month, I got the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it is absolutely cute. It's very much my shades. You've got a brush that's falling out. You've got the kind of neutrals, the little pinkies that I like, and the peaches that I really, really, really like. So this is very much one of my palettes that I'm going to love. So I'm going to start off, I think, with Riegler. I don't know. I think it's Riegler. I'm going to start off with that today. And a nice fluffy brush. This is a Moda brush. It's kind of an angled fluffy brush, which I kind of like. Just tap off the excess, and I'm just going to take that right here, just kind of lightly drag it in. Look, that's a beautiful deep orange. Now, normally if I was going to do a cut crease or anything, I'd probably start with a slightly lighter color to start with, but I'm just kind of doing an everyday look, and I'm not being super precise with this right at the moment because I am going to blend the heck out of it. I just want to make sure I get equal amounts of pigment on both eyes. Now, I'm going to go back in. Yeah, that's a good one with another little fluffy brush here. And I'm going to kind of really lightly, from holding the end of the brush, really lightly, small circles, just blend that out so it's not harsh and hard and janky looking. So I got to tell you, I've been on Instagram this whole time. I never stopped doing Instagram. There's a bunch of reels over there if you want to see some of my looks. I was totally shook yesterday. I don't normally post on Twitter, just usually when I post a video and every once in a blue moon. And I did a look yesterday that I absolutely adored. I got some of the new Jeffree Star single shadows from the cremated palette, because it's one of his palettes I don't have yet, and I just haven't been able to justify a $58 palette when I have like 16 million palettes already. So I ordered a few of the shades because I got 3 of the shades from the palette in my last mystery box, and so I decided I'll order the actual there's my son, the actual singles myself when he came out with them. Excuse me. So he gave me 3, a white and 2 grays, and then I ordered the matte black and the shimmer black and a shimmer white. Boy, I can breathe today. Really, I can. And absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. I did that with one of my Lit Cosmetics Lit Metals that I just adore. They're amazing. I'm going to go in with what they're calling burnt orange right here on my lid. To me, this isn't really burnt orange. This is more of a kind of a soft orange. But I want to do kind of like just a neutral Monday look. Anyhow, so I did this look with the Jeffree Star singles and the Lit Metal, and of course, you know, Lit Cosmetics, I love them to death. They're amazing glitters, amazing pigments. They shared my my story with the picture, and I'm super happy that they do that. They do this for me a lot. They share a lot of the looks that I use with their glitter. And then just on a whim, I posted the picture to Twitter, and I kind of gave a shout out to Jeffree for doing shadow singles because I really wanted to try some of the cremated palette, and I'll be damned if I didn't get a response from Jeffree Star himself. And it basically just said it was stunning, 100% flame, and I'm like, okay, you always hear me, I always say love him or hate him, because some people just really don't like Jeffree because of things he's done in the past or things he does, whatever. But nobody can tell me that the man does not have an excellent line of makeup, because he does. And I used it, and he shouted back that he thought it was stunning. I'm like, cool. Okay, I'm going to go in with Vermeer right here to kind of highlight my brow bone. There we go. Let's see, do I want to do anything else? I'm going to go back in with that blending brush and just kind of soften everything together. And I'm thinking. I am going to go in with a little fat, flat brush here. And I'm going to go into Red Ochre, which is this one right here, just to kind of deepen up the crease on the edge a little bit. This brush gets so stiff every time I wash it. Sorry. Okay. Just kind of deepen up the outer edge just a little bit. Give my eye a little more depth there. Yeah, that works. There we go. It's weird. I feel like I'm looking over this way because the camera lens is like over here. So I'm trying to look at the camera lens. I swear I'm horrible at it. Blending time. Always blending. No, I just thought it was kind of neat. And I'm going to go in with Primavera right here with my finger on the lid just to give a little pop of shimmer right in the middle there. Ooh, I like that. No, I thought it was really neat because one of my dreams was to be noticed by one or all of. Hold on, let me get something to wipe my finger off with. One of the cosmetic moguls, if you will, that I like. I've been privileged to get responses by the accounts of like Laura Geller because I love some of her stuff, and obviously Lit Cosmetics has been a huge ego boost to me. They shout out every now and then to me and like my comments on their posts. And I actually won a Sparkle School quiz and got some extra glitter, but I love their glitter. So if you are looking for good glitter that's not going to kill your eyes, oh, go to Lit Glitter. I'm telling you. Okay, I am taking a Sigma. I guess I should know what these numbers are. This is an F80 Kabuki brush and the Fenty Easy drops in number 7. Everybody always asks me what color I'm using. It's number 7. It looks a little dark when I first put it on, but as I buff it in, you'll see it is absolutely perfect for my skin color. And I start off with like 3 or 4 drops. Ooh, do you see that? I see that. Let me... I mean, that'll clean up later too, but that's a pretty big oops there. Okay. I start off with 3 or 4 drops on the back of my hand, and I get as far as I can. And usually I have to go back with a couple more. So you see, I drip it on the back of my hand and then put it on the brush, rather than trying to put it on the brush and then put it. Because if you drip it directly onto the brush, I have noticed that it will get down into the bristles and not on your face. This way I can kind of stipple the brush into the drops, and it tends to get more on my face than down deep in the brush. And especially with the weather starting to warm up, though I'm looking outside today and let me tell you, it's gray as dust. But with the weather warming up, I'm leaning toward the lighter foundations. And that's a big trend this season too, is the sheer coverage or the buildable coverage, but typically a lighter, like the Drops foundation. I used to use the Morphe Hint Skin Tint, but I got to tell you, I'm not thrilled with Morphe right now. Obviously, I'm still using their brushes, but I don't usually get into drama, but the whole James Charles debacle with things he's allegedly done. When I look at Morphe and how fast they have dropped other people because of alleged things that happen, like, you know, they threw out Shane Dawson, they threw out Jeffree Star, they threw out oh, there's a couple, but you know, they threw these people off their roster, and for things that were not nearly as severe as what James Charles has been accused of, and for those that don't know, you know, go look at the viewer's voice. Go look at some of the drama channels; they'll fill you in. It's not okay that they drop other people for alleged things, and not nearly as severe as this. I mean, it's one thing. I don't know. Anyhow, so I'm not that thrilled with Morphe, so I haven't been using that. I'm like getting off my gossip box here. Now, this is the Fenty Beauty Bright Fix Under Eye Brightener. I love this stuff. I went to Sephora the day it came out and snagged it before it sold out on me. Now, this is the shade Butter, which is, if you look, it's kind of a yellowy beige, which is absolutely perfect for under my eyes. And I dot it along that tear trough first with my finger. You don't need a lot of it. I probably have way too much on the back of my hand. And then I kind of work it up, and then I can see where I need just a little bit more right here. Whoop. Helps if you get it on your finger. A little bit more right there. And it just neutralizes that bluish, see if you look right under here, it neutralizes this dark circles I get, which are really bad. So I just kind of right along there, and then I work it up. I don't want to take it up here, up right near my lashes first, and that's because it'll settle right into any fine lines you have really quickly, and there's just no blending it out after that. It's easier to concentrate it a little further down and work it up than it is to try and work it down. See, I still have this on here, and I've kind of done my little trick. And I have found the Fenty Pro Filter Concealer is too dry for my skin unless I put the Bright Fix underneath it. And normally I don't recommend layering too many products into your eyes, but this one, if I layer it just a little bit, and I don't need very much, I just drop here again right along that tear trough here, like this. Right along the edge of my, and I just very carefully tap it in. It just brightens up that whole under eye, and I don't look like I haven't slept for days. There we go. Check my other mirror over here. I have my backup mirror because sometimes on camera it looks great when I'm looking right here. Yet when I look in the mirror, I'm like, ooh, I didn't blend that really well, did I? Okay, so for powder, I'm going in with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. I am completely out of my Coty Airspun right now, and I've got so much powder I don't want to buy more until I run out. But when I don't have my Coty Airspun, this is my typical go-to. This one or the Tarte Shape Tape powder are the two that I reach for, like, repeatedly, and I have like a whole box of powder. The Coty Airspun is a great economical one. Like, if you don't want to spend a lot, they're about $6 for quite a lot of product, and it lasts a very long time. I like the Laura Mercier, though, because it's on the light side. Now, see, I haven't covered that up yet. I need to cover that up. But you know how I'm going to do it? I know I've kind of powdered already, but I'm going to take some of this leftover brightener because it's going to help neutralize that red. Double check here. There. It's not perfectly covered. I'm not trying to, like, totally do away with everything on my face, but how do you put it? A lot of people like to go in with full coverage everything, full coverage foundation. I watch these young kids who are like massive influencers beyond me, and they go to put on their foundation and they put the stripe on with their sponge, and I'm like, that is just not your color, sweetie. You're not that orange or not that yellow or whatever. And then they blend it out, and then their face is just caked with makeup, which under beauty lighting looks absolutely amazing. But when you get out in the real world, so I always, don't get me wrong, I like my full coverage moments on occasion. I do them. I still do them. But there's a time and a place for it. If you're going to be out in the evening and the lighting's dimmer, it's great. But broad daylight, you look like a... I'm not even going to say it. It's just not okay. You got to tone it down a little bit. And I find that when you put less on your face as you get older, as far as foundation goes, the less you can put on, the better you're going to look. Okay. I need a brush. Oh, here we go. Okay. This is a brush that I just got in my glam bag, and I don't remember. LaRouche. This is my little mini, my Hula Mini. I love this Hula bronzer. It is a great... I have to be careful that I don't put it on too heavy because it is very pigmented, but it's a great contour shade for my face. I find if I go... A lot of people tend toward the cool colors for contour, and I find if I go too cool that I just look dead. But that's my face. Your face, you might need to do something different. Okay, there's the cheeks, the chin. Now, I swear, my son opens that door louder than anybody I've ever met. I've got natural contours in my skull here that I kind of follow to start with on my forehead. And then I just, right along the hairline, just kind of, I mean, if we were Renaissance times, I'd have it made. I have a huge forehead. But I just want to kind of calm that down, bring it down a little bit with the contour. Okay. I'm going to go in with the ColourPop Palatial blush. Oop, there you go. Palatial Palatial blush. Hui. And this is a Shania B blush brush. Everybody always wants to know what brush is. I don't know why. Just find a brush that works for you. Anyhow, I'm going to go in with Palatial, and I'm going to bring that up and around. I am wanting to warm up my face and make it look like I've had a little bit of color, a little sun. It's that time of year, regardless of what it looks like outside today. I want to warm things up. And everybody is doing the blush on the nose these days. I'm debating on whether or not I like it. What do you think? What do you think of these? Like, they're calling it the sun-kissed look. I'm calling it okay. And for those of you who are old enough to know who this is, the W.C. Fields I'm drunk look. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my Ofra Good to Go palette for my highlight, because I love this little highlight wheel in the center, because it gives me a choice of shades to dip into. I'm going to take my Moda brush here. I think I'm going to go for the more golden side over here today. Like I said, I want to brighten things up. And just along my cheekbone, and then I'll take it almost that same C that I did with the blush on my face. Now, follow your face shape when it comes to blush. I mean, for me, when I get sun, it comes in this way on my face, and it does around here tend to deepen up. But if your face is shaped differently, you may have just here you get that flushed look from the sun. Or you may get your whole forehead may get a little flushed. Go with where the sun hits you. Make it look natural. Like this is what the sun does to me. So I'm going to get that all around there. Touch my chin and my Cupid's bow. Now I'm going to go in with my finger again, and I'm going to catch the tip of my nose. This just kind of elongates your nose, narrows it down, and that bridge. But I'm not going to connect the two, okay? But I am going to go back in with my brush and just kind of diffuse it just lightly. There we go. Yeah, a little bright there. It is a little bright. Tone it down just a hair. There we go. Okay, so all I have left now are eyebrows and mascara and lipstick. Super easy. So I'm going to pop off camera and do that because you don't want to watch me sit here and paint my eyebrows in, do you? I've already been at this for a while, so I'm going to kind of shorten this video as I can. Thanks. Okay, there we have it. A little bit of eyebrows, a little bit of mascara, some lips. And that's it today. Just a simple, casual Monday look without a lot of fuss. Took me a little bit to do it because I was talking too much, but that's okay. So what's coming up? Well, I'm going to try and get back into actually posting on YouTube more. I'm actually going in tomorrow to do a PRF facial, which for those of you who aren't familiar with that, that's, they call it the vampire facial. They're going to draw some of my blood and spin off the growth factors and all the good stuff and then microneedle it into my face. So if you're interested in seeing what that does or how it's done or any of that, check out my Instagram. It's linked below. I'm going to keep you up to date on there on that, and I might pop in here with an update too. But Instagram for sure. And I will talk to you later. Ta-ta.